Alright, so welcome back to another episode of New Arrival Previews. Make sure you stay until the end because like we need those viewing minutes. So Jackie, what do we have first?
I don't want to read the title, man.
Alright, so first we have the Reborn Aristocrat, Return of the Vicious Heiress. And before we start, I just have one question. Who the designed this cover? If I didn't read the title, I thought it was a dead pigeon.
Like, it is a dead pigeon.
Oh, wait, it is. Okay. Alright. It is a dead pigeon. look at the Chinese book cover, dude. It's so much cooler. Although it's cliche, but it's better than a dead pigeon, dude. So the synopsis is pretty good. It gives some insight to the complicated backstory, and the comments on the both Chinese and English platforms are pretty good, with a few exceptions, of course. All right, so there are over 1,900 chapters and about 1,400 words per chapter on average. So that's about 7 to 8 spear stones per chapter. And the translation is getting released at a rate of 2 chapters per day, which is pretty good considering the chapter length. As for the stats of the novel, I must say it's probably the best I've seen in terms of the score. So for views, there are about 3.9 million people that read it, 1.51 million people added to the reading list, and then the score is 9.9 star out of the over 8,000 votes. So that's pretty impressive, and about 200,000 likes. All right, so guess what level this author is? That's right, God level again. But I think this one deserves it. This is the first novel she had written on TDN, and she has 2 other novels that also have really decent scores. So yeah, Jackie, you read the story. How is it so far?
So just like the title suggests, it's a reborn kind of story. Like you go back in time. This novel is really high-strung drama, like very dramatic. There's a lot of scheming going on, a lot of relationship issues.
Shit.
I feel like it's a very, very, emotional read. There's a lot of things that, like, it kind of makes you feel bad for the main character, right? It makes you want to keep reading. Mm. For people like me who really like chill novels, this one might not be your cup of tea, but honestly, like, I can see where, people really enjoy it. Translation quality is also really good, So I feel like for people who like this kind of story, this one's worth picking up. Yeah, that's my final opinion. What do you think, man?
Okay, what do I think? Well, when I read the first chapter, I got pulled right in, dude. There are actions left and right, and if it weren't for my legs getting numb for reading on the toilet for too long, I would have continued. I would recommend it. It seems like a solid shot, but I'm not going to start because I'm following too many stories right now, and the plot lines are getting intertwined in my brain. So I would put it on my next to read list once my brain frees up more memory. And it's at the 59th place on power ranking at the time of the recording, so I'm thinking many people have the same idea as me. And I think this one has the potential to being top 20, and it might need like a few big mass releases to catch more eyeballs. Alright, so next we have I Might Be a Fake Cultivator. So from the title alone, you can tell it's a comedy. Like the genre is Eastern fantasy system type, and it's a pretty light mood novel. I respect that Adult Studio is being professional and writes a formal synopsis, giving more insight on the setting of the novel and everything. But I think it will do the novel a big favor if they include the original synopsis as well. Like here's a rough translation of what the original one looks like. Yeah, do you think that it will do this novel a favor if they include, like, which synopsis would you like?
I feel like the story itself is okay. Like having a little bit of background is okay. This one is just like not really giving that much information. I don't even know who Jin is.
Jin, Tiano. Okay. That's yeah.
Yeah. So.
Wait.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bit hard to understand as well for like
Alright, shut the fuck up. Alright, I think the original one would fit the overall tone of the novel, and set the story apart from the other gods and system related novels. Like yeah, but I will still keep the Atlas Studios one because it gives a lot more context, and then the original one is just kind of like a joke. So there are over 1,900 chapters again, and each about 1,500 English words on average, so around 8 spear stones per chapter. Release speed 2 chapters a day. The stats is a little bit weak though. So 1 million people read it, 260,000 people added to their reading list, 7.9 stars out of 4,700 votes, and then 32,000 likes.
Oh shit, I didn't close my window.
Alright, okay, so I mean the conversion is alright, and the comments on the English and Chinese platforms are mainly positive, with a few that complains about how the comedy in this novel is a bit low. And yeah, as for author, this one doesn't have any level information, and yeah, he also started writing another novel of similar genre after this one finished, and it's not doing as hot. So Jackie, you read the story. How is it?
So when I started reading this novel, I I feel like the author has a personal vendetta against the main character. He's just constantly trolling him, like holy crap, embarrassing him and stuff. But then as well, the main character got a system, right? So
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like a give and take, you know. I think the major theme of this novel is that if it seems to be too good to be true, then it probably is. So he's just constantly getting trolled. He had to fight a Star Guardian Lux cosplayer. Like, holy crap, the story doesn't take itself too seriously. I think it's like pretty funny once you get deeper into the story, when the author stops trolling the main character every 3 chapters and doesn't give him like 3 days of constant diarrhea, you know. So it's like I mentioned before, this is more like a chill book compared to the previous novel we just talked about, right? It's a different preference overall for readers, and I think this one does its job pretty well, and it made me laugh a couple of times, you know. Also this novel, it doesn't really conform to the typical wuxia cliches, like not every other person is trying to kill the main character, you know. Actually, the teachers are being helpful. Other students are helping him out too, because he's just a new guy who started started cultivating, right? Translation quality is really good, really solid, no problems there. Overall, I think this is worth picking up. It's already in the privilege program, so you can read 50 chapters ahead if you pay the privilege thing. It's good to have that option out there. I haven't read that deep into the story yet, so I'm not sure if the story drops off or not, but just looking at the power ranking, it's in the 3 digits, which is a little bit worrying. Alright, what do you think, Laurie? Do you think this book is worth picking up?
Alright, so yeah, like if you enjoy like a Cultivation chat room and Black Internet Tech, wait, what was it? Black Tech Inc.
It's our book, man!
Alright, if you also enjoy Black Tech Internet Cafe, then yeah, this is just give it a try. There's a great chance that you'll enjoy it too. But if you think the humor is too low for you, then just drop it. All right. So next week, what are we doing next?
You mean the next few days?
Oh yeah. Wait, no, next week, because that's going to be when the video comes out. Okay. All right. So yeah, like if you enjoyed this episode, give us a big thumbs up, and then leave a comment to let us know that there are actually people watching, and
it's not just bots.
Yeah.